chapter from the textbook on aging, and it's the aging of the nutrition of aging. But it's very interesting. I think you'll enjoy it. So
on Wednesday it's their lab test, and then Thursday is our lecture.
So Thursday of next week is the lab test. Wednesday of the week following which is a Monday, is the lecture test.
Okay.
Now we're good. And I'll send that all to you in a email for the people who are gaslighting or whatever we call that. Okay. So about 50 questions from the lab. Remember, this is non-cumulative. Labs 8 to 14. There is no lab 7. And we start with what is the number of kilocalories or calories that we would derive from both?
Did you say 50 or 150?
50.
Because I thought you said 150.
No, yeah, 50. 150 is a bit much. I don't want to keep you here till 5. All right, so anyway, the number of kcals or kilocalories from both protein and carbs, same number. Per gram, that is, of course. What is the number, question number 2, of kcals, kilocalories from lipids or fats per gram? Number 3, what is the number of kcals provided by alcohol per gram? In the formula, TMR equals BMR plus TE plus TEF, what fraction is represented by the patient's activity or
Can you say that
Sure.
again and just a little bit slower? I'm not trying to be hard.
No, not at all. In the formula, the total metabolic formula, TMR, equals BMR plus TE plus TEF, which fraction represents the patient's activity?
Can you email me that question, or like the next time I see you, you can give it to me again?
Sure.
It was just too fast again. I'm so sorry.
It is verbose. What's the amount of calories? Oh, that's interesting. Hold on. What is the amount of calories burned in an alert, awake, living person or body? So that's a definition.
So the question is, what is the amount of calories in an alert, awake person?
Alert, awake, non-moving, right?
Non-moving person?
Yes. So they are awake, but they're not exercising. They're not performing work.
Okay.
That's something else.
Dr. Saber, I'm sorry, so would you say that would be classified as sedentary then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. All right. According to the Academy of Science, what is the greatest amount of calories comes from what category? Is it carbs, proteins, or fats? Percentage-wise.
One more time after the science.
As per the Academy of Science, which category would have the greatest percentage of calories? What is recommended? Protein, carbs, and fats.
So which category has?
Which category would be the greatest amount consumed? Recommended.
Recommended amount consumed?
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. BMI, body mass index. What is the definition? It is a formula. Again, yes, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Wait, so there's great percentage of calories, and the choices were either carbs, protein, or fats?
Right.
Okay.
What is the normal range for a body mass index? It is a number. Waist to hip ratio is a good indicator for what measurement? Waist to hip ratio, fairly good indicator for what body composition, what measurement?
So to refer again, waist to hip ratio is a good indicator for what measurement?
Right, of the body, yep. It'll tell you something. It could tell you body fat, could tell you BMI, but it might be something else.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. How can we measure body composition? And then we are into chapter 11, or lab 11, I'm sorry. Vitamins and minerals. What vitamins are antioxidants? What minerals are used for structure in the body, like bones and teeth?
You said what minerals are structured in the body?
Now, what minerals are used for structural components of the body, like bones and teeth?
Wait. Are used
What
for
minerals are used for structure in the body,
structure
like
in
bones
the
and teeth? Right.
Okay.
So some would be conductors, that would be electrolytes. Some are used for movement of water, okay, like electrolytes.
Thank you.
Sure. What do we call the movement of water from a higher to a lower concentration gradient? What mineral is associated with hypertension, high blood pressure?
Can you repeat that question, please?
Sure. What mineral is associated with hypertension or high blood pressure? What type of tissue in your body sends electrical signals? And then we are into lab 12 and 13. What microorganism is commonly found in infected beef?
It's okay, Maisie. I love you, Angel. It's alright. We'll play after, okay?
Next one, what microorganism may be commonly found in eggs or chicken?
You can come up here, sweetheart. Come on up.
What microorganism may be commonly found in lunch meat or cold cuts? How is foodborne illness different from parasitic infection? We just went over this. And then a couple on...
Wait, can you say the last part after illness, foodborne illness?
Sure. What foodborne illness, how is foodborne illness different from parasitic infection?
Parasitic infection?
Right. Yep.
Cool. Thank you.
Sure.
pizza.
And then from Lab 11 on vitamins, a couple on nutritional deficiency diseases. Match the disease with the nutritional deficiency. So what illness might you get from a vitamin D? D is in dog deficiency.
It's amazing. D is in dog.
What disease or symptom might you get from a vitamin A deficiency? How about from vitamin C deficiency?
C for cat, Lunabella.
What nutritional deficiency would you get from an iodine deficiency? What type of nutritional deficiency would you get from an iron deficiency? And then B12, and then niacin.
Did you say something about iodine?
Iodine first, yep. And
so like an illness you can get from
Right.
iodine?
Yeah, not from an intake of iodine, but an iodine deficiency.
Iodine deficiency. And then what was that other one you just said? I'm sorry.
Then iron,
Yeah.
then B12,
Vitamin B12 illness.
right? Then B3,
B3.
and then B1,
B1.
and then B2. There's a lot in here.
Yeah. I need to.
Well, if you know your vitamins, you'll do well.
Yeah.
And it's just the like illness that has to do with like B12 or B whatever.
Right. So if you had a B1 deficiency, it's beriberi. If it's B2, it's ariboflavinosis. If it's B3, it's
Okay.
Viagra. Yeah, and it goes down the list. Yeah.
So it's just a deficiency connected
Just
with
exactly with the disease. Yeah, with the deficiency. Yep. All right, and then in Lab 10, a little bit of a step back, we had several sites on the body that we used. It's in the lab to measure. Which sites did we measure on your body for body composition? So we did a little caliper on your bicep, on your tricep. You can look those up, but there's just 4 sites.
What sites do we measure for our body composition?
Body composition, right?
Thank you.
Sure. And then we're back into 13, fermented products. What foods are fermented? So you probably had thought fermentation only involves the production of ethanol, beer, wine, spirits, but obviously now you know it involves dairy products like yogurt and kefir, and then chocolate and coffee, and then from the Italian world, sausages, pepperoni, etc. So there's a lot more in that world. What were the 3 types of agar plates? I know at home you probably only had 2 that were used in Lab 13. It'll be listed in Lab 13. So we had a plain, we had a yellow, which was soy, or a nutrient agar, and then we had a milk agar, which was white. I think you guys at home only had soy, the 2 soys. All right, so finally, and this will come to you in a review for the lab final. I'll send an email, just about 5 or 6 questions on the parasites. What flatworm, endemic to Southeast Asia, is also nicknamed liver flukes? Liver flukes, so flatworm, Southeast Asia. And then what tapeworm is commonly found in beef? And I shouldn't say commonly, I should say of the tapeworms commonly found in beef. Incidentally, if you're interested, there's a parasite museum outside of Baltimore. You can go and visit everybody in little bottles. They're on shelves. And I don't know why my family never wants to go with me, but it's there. What tapeworm travels from skeletal muscle and eventually winds up in, travels from the gut and winds up in skeletal muscle? All right, so these got a little shuffled. I'm sorry. Back to lab 10, really 9, 10. If oxygen is unavailable during cellular respiration, what byproduct is produced? Okay, so you're doing exercise and you don't have enough oxygen, oxygen debt. What byproduct, what waste product is going to be performed? Produced. Again, reflecting the TMR formula, what is the TMR equal to? What three components? So it's total metabolic rate. All right, and then again, according to Lab 10, there was a bar chart in there for optimal body fat levels. What is the optimal range for body fat for a woman? And you'll see it on the chart. It'll say too low, too high, etc., but there is an optimal range. And then finally, almost finally, BIA, bioimpedance analysis, where you're holding the machine. This is in lab 10, I believe, yeah. What tissue type, what body tissue type impedes the flow of electric through your body when you're holding that device?
Can you repeat that one more time? Sorry.
Sure, not at all. A bioimpedance analyzer works because one tissue type, one part of your body impedes, that's where it gets the name bioimpedance, the flow of electric through your body from hand to hand, pole to pole. What is that tissue type? What tissue slows down conductance and gives you the reading? Antioxidant vitamins, like vitamins A, C, and E, how do they work? What are they absorbing? So if they're antioxidant, what are they absorbing? And then exercise 12, the last page, nutrition and your genes. There is a mention of people that cannot eat fava beans. This is listed. And if they do, they'll have a toxic reaction. What is lacking in their body that causes this reaction? When you read it, you'll know. Reflecting back to labs 12 and 13, what is a starter culture? What do they mean when they say starter culture? There's 3 more questions. We're all set. Actually, 4 more. What is a normal BMI reading? Remember, it's an index, so there's no formula for it. A BMI score of above what number indicates morbid obesity? Above what number? Obese class 2, it's 2 classes, 1 and 2, is what BMI? So obese class 2. And then finally, there is just 50 questions, sorry. What do we call a condition in the elderly where there is progressive loss of skeletal muscle tissue? It has a clinical name. Loss of skeletal muscle. And we're going to talk about that in the lecture on Monday. All right. Any questions? And again, I'll give you that nice review for the parasites. It's 5 or 6 questions, not a big deal. Because there was a lot in here, a lot of video, I know. I don't want you to memorize all this, but it is interesting. Everybody's still writing. Everybody has writer's cramp.
I have a question.
Fire away. Yes, Vince.
So, the review for the lecture final, that's on Monday? Or?
On Monday, right. So we'll do chapter 17, the last lecture, and then we'll have the review, and then we're kind of set. I mean, Tuesday we'll get together. I'll answer pertinent nutritional questions from you or any family members. And then Thursday's the lab final, and then we go to Monday, and that's it. Yeah. So then the following Wednesday will be the lecture final. But we're pretty much wrapped up. Cool. I like it too. Anybody else?
Professor, next Monday would be the chapter 17 and then review, and then what about the lab classes for Tuesday and Thursday?
Yeah, so Thursday will be the lab final. Tuesday's pretty much open session. I'll have field any questions if you guys have individual nutritional questions about you or your family members or friends, and then otherwise we're clear sailing. Same with Monday. And then Wednesday, which is a Monday schedule, will be the lecture final the following week.
So, Professor, do we have to come in next Tuesday or?
Not really. Yeah, no. If you want to show up, that's fine. Again, if you had questions yourself, otherwise we're good to go.
So that's like an optional class?
Optional day. Yep.